What's up? What's happening? What's good? What's up? What's happening? And welcome back to. This is the third attempt of trying to at least say a semi-successful face of the franchise. So yeah, if this attempt fails, we're not going to pick Field General again because this is the third attempt picking Field General, but we'll see. So let's head into the first game of the season at Century Link Field to take on the Seattle Seahawks. I think we'll play offensive running rugby, but then if enough people, well, if I decide, because no one really watches this, but yeah, we'll do a Faces franchise save where I play full games, so it'll probably be only one game per stream, but yeah, we'll play offense only. And see what happens. Yeah. Hold on. Should we start on rookie? Maybe. See what happens. Yeah. Down on.
The Zach Taylor era begins in Cincinnati. It's the coach. This is week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, the Bengals have a new man calling the shots. Zach Taylor, the second youngest coach in the entire league, as they head to Seattle to take on the oldest coach in the league, Pete Carroll of the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back at halftime with a look at the games in progress. But first, let's get up to Seattle. Standing by are the guys in the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Century Link Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago.
Let's go, boys. And we held them to a field goal first.
And we drop you in at the start of this next possession in a 3-0 ball game.
Let's try and install the run game.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back to Mixon on first down. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle. Well, the Bengals and Seahawks meeting here in week 1, and this is a combination that we haven't seen that often on the turf. If you look back to when the franchises began facing each other all the way back in 1977, but since then, just 20 meetings between the two teams. And the Bengals have won 11 of them, including, and this will be caught at the 30.
Let's go.
All the way in for a Cincinnati score.
No, rookie's a bit too easy.
offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He's got a first down past the 30. And a cutback right sideline. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
I know the game continues to evolve, and we have a lot of exotic stuff nowadays. I can't help it. I love a good old-fashioned draw play.
Who's typically fooled on defense on a play like that, a successful draw play?
Typically, it's the defensive line that's fooled because they're just pinning their ears back and going after the quarterback. And once they create some space and you get past them, you usually have a long way to go.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. First carry for Giovanni Bernard. He takes his first 6.
What is it?
Inside the 40. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is
go wash your hands. I was out to come do it.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the back.
Come and wash your hands, Leon. Sorry about that, my son was playing up. Sorry.
Going to this offense, we know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So it was making that annoying noise, probably.
3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay.
Looking for Boyd, and he's
touchdown.
got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, already his 2nd touchdown here in this. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. 7th-round picks. They go into training camp just hoping they won't be a casualty. He came out on the good side.
And plenty of them, if they work hard, get an opportunity, they can turn themselves into a heck of a player. One of my favorite 7th-round picks of all time, Marcus Colston. Big-time receiver, coming out of Hofstra, ends up having a heck of an NFL career.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They come out here in the eye. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the 2nd quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and letting the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A draw play for Mixon. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Mixon on the draw. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. So we are at halftime here. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots. Mixon will get it to start the 2nd half. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The tackle made by K.J. Wright. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And an alley to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Mixon with a first down carry.
Oh, come on.
In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe he starts to call more blitzes because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. This is caught, and so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That one goes for 36 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
What?
After review of the play.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10.
Shit.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Flushed out right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief in, hey, we're going to get it done.
Let's go.
On the delay, it's Mixon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Watson trying to punch it in.
Bang.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football,
yeah,
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for the Bengals, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home. Start your week by installing your game plan.
On the microwave, Alex. What have we got going on? Bursting. No, it's not a game keep coming up here, Leon. Nanny's dross.
Right. No. Right. We're going to play. We're at home against the 49ers. Bum bum. Bum bum. Richard Sherman. Tyler Effelt.
It's a Super Bowl rematch twice over. It's the coach. This is week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, no Joe Montana, Ken Anderson, or even Boomer Esiason.
Come on, Leon. No, I'm not happy, darling. I've got things to do.
What's he doing?
No.
Just playing. Go. Be a good boy. No. Hold on.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Mixon will try the right side. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, Mixon. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stump them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here that if you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They begin with a run by Mixon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's got his man, Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Cover flat, so then it's using green, so it's what we've been.
Back to throw now on first down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. On first down, Mixon. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. The numbers for Mixon last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles.
Out of the gun now on third down. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Kyler Murray leading the way offensively.
And he's got to be fired up about that.
Ugh.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a gain of 35. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Halfback quick
so the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Escaping the pressure right. He gets this one to Boyd. And
let's go.
Way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Heck of a start.
Ugh.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flush to his right. And the catch good. It's Eifert. 30. The 20. 10.
That's what we needed.
Into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
That's what we needed.
His first touchdown of the new season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long...
Now, following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Second and 13. Eluding the pressure right. Going deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Bullock's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. Right now, we're all even. It's a tie game as we drop you back in and the offense gets set to take over. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon, and he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Mixon.
Let's go.
Take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season as they have taken the lead.
Oh, my God.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun to give to Mixon. Gets through, and now an opening. There he goes, right side. A big play there for the Bengals. 51 yards. Well, this game's ripe for the taking in that run. I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Bernard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Another shot from the one on second and goal. Back now in Cincinnati. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Back now in Cincinnati. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the one. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good coaching staff.
Oh, they didn't score.
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to air it, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw?
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting?
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. They go play action here on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now Joe Mixon. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. On second down now, Mixon. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Here's Jeff Locke now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. On the return is Pettis. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Cincinnati, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, start your week by installing your game plan.
Nigga. Sorry, my friend just said this for something. Go, General. Let's play the game against Buffalo. In Buffalo. Offensive only. Ready?
Mixin', fixin' for another big game. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is the NFL on EA
Sports.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
That one.
They'll run on first down.
Oh,
Mixon, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The draw.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mixon. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Got a man. It's lost. Complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 36. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So they start this game just like they won. Opening drive touchdown, a nice run there to finish it off.
Yeah, that's what we call an explosive.
He didn't score.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a carry for Bernard. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it.
So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 37 yards.
I'll tell you what, partner, let me go nostalgic here for a moment. You just don't see fullbacks use as weapons like we're seeing right now. Just think of...
Hold on.
About 20 years ago, you had guys like Mike Allstott, Tom Rathman, Moose Johnston in Dallas. Now, it's almost something you never see. Throwing it to the fullback and letting him make a big play.
They'll give it to Mixon, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell
I'm going to take it to the 2nd quarter.
Right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Got an itchy nose.
Here's Mixon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field.
Oh, they scored.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
He completes it to Boyd. Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Airing one out for Boyd. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for Cincinnati. 53 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. He'll look to throw.
Shit, no, wasn't the button's working.
The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, but now it's 3rd and goal. Sometimes those guys taking the 7th round, you can think, oh, maybe he's just happy to be in the league. I don't think that's the case here.
And you know those actor friends that we have? How do they start every script?
I don't have any actor friends.
What's my motivation, right? Well, this guy's motivation is you get picked in the 7th round, so no one expects you to make the team, let alone have an impact. And we know Plenty of guys have done exactly that as seventh-rounders.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today.
A 30-yard attempt.
A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They pass up the three, fake it, it doesn't work. And that will force a turnover on downs. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. Fights off another. He's got daylight. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll drop the throw. Flushed out right. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Off back base.
On first down, Mixon. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
It's not often that you get 19-year-olds that enter the NFL, but this guy is absolutely special. Tremaine Edmonds out of Virginia Tech, 6'4", 250-plus pounds, can run like a deer. We just saw his ability to flash and make plays.
His brother Terrell also taken in the 1st round. First set of brothers taken in the 1st round of the same draft in NFL history. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Back to throw. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, was the one disrupting there defensively. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Again, it's Mixon. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, Mixon. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Allen and the Bills. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Mixon, and he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Mixon. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On the run, it's Mixon. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah.
Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Bengals, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. Start your week by installing your game plan.
I just realised the mic was off for a while there. Oh dear, silly me. As I was saying, this will be our last game of the stream.
Matching.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the
try
football.
a halfback dive.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Brandon, after last week we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's caught at the 10.
Let's go, baby.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean...
Okay, hold him to a field goal.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Mixon with a first down carry. Space to maneuver at the 40. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
To the house.
Joe Mixon, his sixth touchdown of the season. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking.
Oof.
This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. On first down, Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer.
Let's go.
Oh, stop
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle. On 2nd down, Mixon. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Bernard. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete.
Nope.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Big 4th. So we are in the second quarter now as the offense gets set to take over. They've got it 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Mixon. He'll have a first down past the 40. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the...
again.
So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. A draw play for Mixon. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a
We'll
first
take it to
down.
half. Yeah, we'll just take it to half time.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And he's got some space here. The 40, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 93-yard kickoff return. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game.
Oh, we're battering the Steelers.
It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up as this offense takes over possession of the football in the 3rd quarter. On the delay, it's Mixon.
First down there.
And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. This is Mixon on the draw. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Here's Ryan Allen now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Third quarter action, and this offense will have a 1st and 10 as they get set for the next drive. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The toss play to Mixon. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter.
Right. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 35.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On play action, they'll throw. They shakes him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Off the edge, Mario Addison gets the sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. This is Mixon. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line.
Hold on.
As this offense gets set to take
Goal.
over.
Controllable for 2 minutes.
On the double. Watch 98. 98 for Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. Room here to run. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On second down, here's Mixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, Bernard. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Back to Mixon on first down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
Let us go, boys.
So for Cincinnati, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers,
right, we'll leave this stream here and this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Before we take on the Steelers, who are we beat the Steelers, sorry. So yeah, next episode we take on the Arizona Cardinals. I hope you enjoyed this. I've been Rich D. Grizzle. You've been awesome, and I'll catch you in the next one.